Hi, this is Ms. Gonzalez again. Now we are going to work on quotient of powers, which is just dividing. We talked a little bit about dividing back when we were dividing functions. We didn't do a lot of it, but you have already done this when we were factoring. So for example, when we have 3x to the third minus 6x squared, I asked you what was your GCF. Hopefully you guys are all thinking, what is your GCF? 3 goes into both, so the GCF is 3. Smallest exponent we talked about, that would be x squared. And so then we could go out and we factored out. Remember, factoring is the opposite of distributing, which was multiplication. So factoring is basically dividing, which is why some of you wrote it out like this underneath and said, this is my GCF, so I'm going to write it underneath, which is a perfectly good strategy. So now we would look at it, 3 divided by 3 is 1, and then x to the third divided by x squared is 1, and we were subtracting. Here, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and then 2 minus 2 is nothing, so the x disappeared. So again, this is another thing you've been doing since last unit when we started factoring. The only difference is now I'm giving it to you formally in a rule, which is what this is telling you. Again, one of the big things to remember is it has to be the same base, which just means you need the same exponent. You need y and y, 6 and 6. I mean the same base, not exponent, sorry. A and A, B and B, all of those can be done together. So again, looking at this one, when there's not an exponent, what is that exponent? 1, correct. Hopefully we're all thinking that. So 6 minus 1 would be how we simplify this problem, which is 5. Here, I want you to see the difference. This is the base because it is 6. It's the big number with the little numbers on the top, which are your exponents. Here, they are coefficients. So here, I would actually have to divide them. If you were to go and put 10 divided by 15, it wouldn't work in your calculator, but we can simplify that in a second. So for this one, the 6 is the base. So 6 stays, 13 minus 2. And that is what? Correct. Again, this, because 6 is a number, you could go and put this into your calculator and it will give you a number. For now, we are going to leave it as a simplified version. All right, the next one, and then I will give you an example to do on the next slide as well. So for this one, here you would have to simplify your fraction. 2 things you could do. For those of you who are really good with your numbers, you would look at what number divides into both. Hopefully you're thinking 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. For those of you who aren't good in math, you could always do 10 divided by 15 in your calculators and hit that FD button. That FD button will simplify your fraction for you. Okay, then what we would have here is 7 minus 5. For the A's, because the A's go together. The B's, you're going to end up with 9 minus 9. So what I'm going to ask you here is to remember what happened when I took away those X's. They basically canceled, right? So here, they basically cancel again. So this would be 2a to the second over 3. Thank you.